Hello and welcome back to the channel. I just thought I would do a review on this little Yaris hybrid. Got the other one in here today as well. I just thought I would do a side-by-side comparison. I think it's Toyota doing some great looking front ends on these cars now. Like I've mentioned, I do a lot of work with Toyota. I actually went along with this guy, he's a good friend of ours, when he went to buy it. And you know, I've done the same with another one of my customers with a hybrid RAV4 as well. Just go along through the sales process and pick a good one out for them. And this one was a cracking car. In fact, to be quite honest, if he didn't want this one, I was very tempted to buy it myself, but I needed a bigger car, you know. But this has got a lot of nice little extras on. So we'll start from the beginning. It's the XL model, which is more or less the top of the range. So you get this. So I'll go through roughly. I'm not that knowledgeable on everything about them, but obviously the XL one, I think you get all the extra chrome on the front. As you can see it there, you've got your LED running lights. Like all the hybrids, you get the blue Toyota badge, front fogs. Unfortunately, this didn't come with the LED headlights. I just missed out on them. And then they started putting them on a standard. So this has just got your like halogen ones, but you do get your LED daytime running lights on them. Personally, I think this looks fantastic in silver. Just really does look the part. And obviously, you know, you've got your, what are they, 16-inch alloys. I'm not that technical. I can't go in and tell you exactly what the name of the alloy is. Like you say, we've got a nice hybrid there, full contactless entry, which I'll show you a demonstration of. But the keys in the car, where you unlock, lock, it's totally contactless. This has got the nice panoramic roof as well, which was a good, nice optional extra to have. Tinted rear windows. Obviously got like the chrome on the back with a blue Toyota badge. I'm not sure, I could be wrong, I'm not sure if this is unique to the hybrids or the top of the range XL ones to have the fog lights and the reverse light at the bottom with different backlights, because these come, since this is the XL, these are LED God, my mind's gone, tail lamps on them, where the standard ones are just bulbs. So I think this is something to do with it being the top of the range, how they've got the extra lights at the bottom. Could be wrong, but I'm just going, you know, briefly around it. But I think it's a cracking looking car. So before I go into too much detail, we'll pop the bonnet and I'll show you, when I find the bonnet catch, that is, the main differences. I would have loved to have had the RAV4 here. Obviously, you've got three hybrids Toyota do. You've got your RAV4, which is totally unique to its own vehicle. It's a 2.4 with 2.5 four-cylinder petrol engine with the hybrid system. You've got your, what I would class as your most common hybrid system, which uses the 1.8 petrol engine, along with all the... This is like your kind of Prius... I think, unless they use this engine, I don't know, but it's your general Yaris, Prius, the bigger Prius that do whatever it's called, the Prius Plus, the CHR, there might be something else. This is the mainstream, the 1.8, and the little Yarises use a 1.5 petrol engine with all the hybrid governs in them. I think these produce about 85 brake horsepower. These produce about 100 brake horsepower, and I don't know about the RAV. I do know somebody told us the other day that they do the orange version of these with the 2 litre engine in. This here, that's just decided to start itself up. That's how good these cars are. They can just start up and stop as they please. But yeah, they do like a 2 litre version of these, which I think's got I don't know, more power or something. I don't even know if the 2 litre was with the hybrid system. I don't know, but somebody was talking about one the other day, so I just thought I'd put that into the mix. So anyways, enough about that car. We'll go on to the Yaris. I'll just pause this video one moment. I'll cut back in because the CHR decided that it needed to do a recharge, so I didn't want the engine running. So there you go. There's your 1.8 system with your hybrid system built onto it. I just thought it would be nice to have these side by side as an example. And this is your 1.5 unit. I think that's the newer generation one. I'm not sure how many. I think there's 3 gen or 4th gen now. This is the older one. But nevertheless, it's still a fantastic system. But this is your 1500 engine. I think I've got 85 brake horsepower. But what you've got to remember on the equation here, like we say, that's 100 brake horsepower. It doesn't sound like much. But what you've got to remember, you've got like the electric motor as well as the petrol engine. So what you really need to be looking at is the torque figures. These things pull away from a standstill in complete silence. You know, rather quickly, and obviously if you floor them, the engine cuts in at the same time. But these are fantastic, great to work on. Air filter, 2 clips, pop off, done. You hardly ever change the spark plugs, they're iridiums. Everything's easy to get to. The pollen filter's just behind the glove box. Great, you know. So there's under the bonnet anyway. One more thing I thought I would mention as well, bar the bigger engines like the sport versions that do on the Yaris, the hybrids, due to the extra weight of the battery pack in the back, come with rear brake discs, where most of the Yarises just come with drums on the back. I just thought I would mention that one. Lights wise, like I say, you've got them in your mirrors. Again, this is where Toyota, if you remember the video I was telling you about this, where there we go, see, the Yaris has now decided that need to charge its batteries. The lights had loads of problems with the CHR due to this. So what would look, they come standard with the LEDs, where this was just on the changeover where this became an issue. So unfortunately, the only LED you get on this, even though it's top of the range, is your running lights and your rear tail lights. Your headlamps, your indicators and your fog lights and everything are all just standard halogen bulbs. So we're going to jump inside. Well, actually, we'll have a walk around. I'm just going to turn the car off. So I'll demonstrate the keyless entry with these. You've probably seen it before, or if you own one, you'll know what I'm talking about. So as long as you've got the key on you, in my pocket, you just swipe across there, mirrors go in, door's locked. You walk up to it, as long as you've got the key on you, put your hand behind the handle, and the minute it detects your hand behind the handle, it unlocks. Same with the car, there's your stop start button. As long as you've got the key on you, it'll start. As you've just seen there, we've been the top of the range one. It's got your electric heated folding mirrors with the indicators built in. We'll have a look in the back. So you can see it's got the half leather. Loads of space. Plenty of space for a little car, must admit. You know, obviously with this being the XL model, you get the rear electric windows. Quite a big thing in a little city car. Isofix fitments, nice flat floor, no transmission tunnel at all, and that's lovely, that nice full panoramic roof. I like that option. And they've got the blinds that it doesn't open, but it's just got the blinds on. See, tinted windows. Have a look around the back. See, nice big boot. I'm not going to go lifting people's stuff out, but you've got the movable boot floor. That's where you can lift up the floor to this height and lower it down. So a nice big boot for this car, this size, I think, anyway. And all that contactless stuff works under here as well, so when you come to the car with bags and stuff, you just press the button once and you can get in. Again, the same at this side. Have a look at the front. See a nice kind of leather inserts on the doors. Electric windows, again, plenty of space. I like these, they're like half leather, as well as like Alcantara. A nice, really nice looking seat. I actually much prefer this over the like full leather in some cases. So we'll jump about. Obviously they got the airbag, the deactivate there, but that's standard practice on modern cars. So we'll jump round to the front. As you can see, obviously, I'll just jump in. Oh, right. So now, when you get to this point, you're where you're in a nice spec car. So you've got your full climate control system. I'm still not a big fan of all these buttons and little pictures on screens, but these are a lot easier to use. Let's start it up. So obviously, when you put it on, it's nice and easy to see and make the big displays. With this being a top spec one, it's dual zone climate control. Quite a nice feature to have that in a city car. So, you know, that's nice and easy. As well as that, I'm having a bit of difficulty with this sun trying to, let's just move the car a little bit. Sorry about that, the light was affecting the camera. So yeah, with this being a top of the range car as well, everything comes through this unit. So if I just switch the aircon off, it all comes off, on and off on there, you see, down there. I think is it touchscreen? I don't know. Let's find out. Yes, it is, so it's touchscreen as well. So yeah, I'll put it to the information of the car there. So you get your full typical Toyota readout there, telling where the battery's got 2 bars on. And there's the engine, So it's telling you obviously the engine's running, it's sending charge to the generator, which is putting charge to the batteries for the motor to there. And then obviously you've got all, with this being a top of the range one, I think it's got sat nav. I'm just going to move the location out of the way. So there you go, nice big display. I like that. That's really good. So you've got the full sat nav. You've got probably DAB. Saying audio's off. Let's turn it right down. There you see. So it's got DAB digital radio. Turn that off, and like I say, back of the car display. You've got obviously full Bluetooth hands-free system built into it, which is a nice feature to have. You know, the only thing I'm looking at, which I'm not sure this has, is heated seats. I think that's about the only option that this one doesn't have. But these hybrids heat up really quickly. So anyways, across over to here, you know, you've got your nice kind of leather effect dashboard, soft touch dash. And up, you know, you're getting into your high spec stuff here for a Yaris. Auto dipped in mirror, which means you've got your automatic lights and wipers. And then up here, you got obviously your map reading lights. And let's have a look. Yeah, like I said, I think due to this having the panoramic roof, you kind of lose out having a light up there. Still get the mirrors though each side. And the only thing with this is this thing here. For a top spec car, you would have thought it would have had a little motor, because really when you're driving, having to do all of that, and from the back you would have to get out and pull it from the back, isn't ideal. So again though, we're talking about a city car here, not a top end, you know, executive car. You've got your full curtain airbags in the screen posts, as well as right in the back, and as well as here. And this doesn't really compromise headroom at all, having the panoramic roof, I must admit. So we'll keep to the dashboard here. You've got all your airbag and seatbelt warning lights and your hazard lights. Going down, you've got your 12 volt socket, as well as your USB and probably an AUX, I would think, down there. Nice cup holder area, leather handbrake, leather gear stick, all to the executive ones. And you've got your switch down here, which is your traction control, which the early ones of these didn't have, which was a right pain in the winter. And you've got your one where we've got your electric vehicle mode, which as you can see, it's already in. And you've got your eco mode as well, which puts it in and out of eco mode. There used to be another button where you could have them in power mode, but I don't think that they do these no more. And yeah, you see, it's just like a standard automatic gear stick, and you know, so you've got your like electronic braking where you can gain a bit of recharge back to your batteries down hills. But in fairness, it does it automatically anyways when you feather the brake pedal. So around here, you can see obviously you've got your automatic lights, which are on, front fogs, nice simple kind of you know, setup here. And you know, your standard steering wheel controls, radio controls. You've got your hands free, and again, nice to see here, cruise control. Like I mentioned, this car's on a bit of a changeover here. There's one benefit to it, is that you get, with this being a 66 plate, it's within a few months, so it's free road tax. So this car's free road tax, but then after 17, you start having to pay, I think, £140 a year, which is like the standard road tax class. So yeah, you lose a few things like the LED lights and the stuff down here. There was like little switches being put down here on the newer ones where you get your automatic main beam, and you get your your lane descent, and I think it's your the radar cruise control, like automatic braking system. But these don't have it because these are the slightly older generation. But at the same time, with them being slightly older, you get your free tax. So there's plus and negatives to everything. Like I say, your wipers, you've got your automatic rain sensing, how sensitive you want it, rear wipe. And like with these Yarises, you get your nice big one pantograph wiper. Looks, you know, that one wiper covers the whole screen. But it does leave you with that little area there. But I think it's just it's good to watch them wipers. I know I'm not going all hubbing up there, but I have always liked the wipers on these little Yarises. yeah, so this has only got 26,000 mile, and again, you'll notice straight away that you're in a hybrid because you don't have a rev counter. So at the minute, the engine isn't running. If we start it up by just touching the throttle, start it up there, as you can see. So if we give it a bit of a rev, nothing happens, you see. Just revs the engine. It's all it does, nothing else. And obviously when you're driving, I'll try and drive forward a bit in here. Let's have a look. Nah, it doesn't really work unless you go up to speed. But like I've said, when you're driving, when the engine kicks in, you're in the power mode and it's up here. If you're driving in eco mode, like on electric, it's within the green band. And like I've mentioned before there, when you're going down a hill, if you feather the brakes or take your foot off the throttle, it'll go down, and it actually uses the electric motor into reverse, and it uses the braking energy to recharge the batteries. So again, a lovely clear display on the speedo there, and like I say, a leather steering wheel finishes it off nicely. Say you've got your electric folding mirrors. Got a lot of top end stuff on a for you know, like a city car. Again, this is another option at the top of the range, is like your full contactless stop start system, headlamp leveling, 4 electric windows, kid lockout button, and your remote locking there. So yeah, that's all. I'm just going to try and keep it as simple as possible. It's just so if you're interested in buying a little Toyota Yaris, I must admit, my number one choice, I think, if I wanted a small compact car, would definitely be a hybrid Yaris. Mind, there's nothing, that's just beeping to let us know I've got the keys and I've left it switched on. There's nothing wrong with the standard petrol Yarises. They're absolutely bulletproof. But I would definitely say the best little car on the market is a Toyota Yaris hybrid, definitely 100%, especially if you get a nice spec one in a nice colour. You're never going to go too wrong with them. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. If you like your content, like, comment and subscribe. Leave a comment below, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.